Hey everybody, it's Kelly, and I wanted to use my new Pinkluxe palette from MAC and kind of create a fun daytime look for you guys. So something that's wearable, so I don't know, I'm just going to kind of play around with it and see what I can come up with. But this palette is $40, it's from MAC. This is called their Pinkluxe or Pinkluxe, I think Luxe, right there. Anyways, I thought that I would do such a simple look. You'd only need 3 brushes to create this look. So I have a little inner corner tightline kind of brush. This is the MAC 231. This is great for inner corner and adding a little bit of highlight. A flat shader brush, which my other MAC one is disgustingly dirty right now. And then the 217, this is the traditional blending brush. So yeah, so before I get started, I already put on foundation. And I'm just using my MAC's Fix Plus. I always do that, like, to kind of set my foundation, if that makes any sense. Oh, and I'm just reaching into my little travel handy-dandy travel makeup bag, which I thought I had my eyeshadow primer in here, but I actually don't see it. But I thought it would be kind of fun to use a gold base. This is my Makeup Forever Aqua in champagne. So it's kind of like the NYX milk, but it's similar to the color yogurt. I love it. It's a good champagne color. So I thought that this would be a good base instead of using a white, because I'm going to create a daytime look. If you use a white base like NYX milk, you're going to get a more dramatic look because the colors are going to pop out more on a white base than on a neutral base. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually take the smallest brush. This is the MAC 231, which is a very flat, tiny brush. I'm going to grab the lightest color on top, and it's like super powdery. That's exciting. Looks like that. And I'm going to just start it in the inner corner of my eye, just to lighten up the inside of my eye. And I'm going to pick up some more and bring it into the inner tear duct and drag it across the lower lash line, just like that. It's really pretty. Let's do that quick with the other eye. I'm not, this eyeshadow is really chalky. So I think I'm actually glad that I used this base, because the aqua eyeshadows, for those of you that have not tried them before, I highly recommend them. But they're very sticky, and once they set, they just don't move at all. So I think that this is actually better than using a NYX pen, in my opinion. I'm just going to blend all of that out. There. That looks really pretty. It just adds a little color, pop of color. Then I'm going to go down to this next color, which they look really similar. This top one's a little more pearly, and then this bottom one is a little more kind of like an eggshell pink color versus a white pearly color. So I'm going to go ahead and take a flat shader brush, just whatever you have. Yeah, see, it's really pretty. It's it looks like fairy dust. So I'm going to take that. Whoa, do you see that? I'm just going to keep that in the inner corner of my eye. And more towards the middle and the inner corner, and pat it down. It's gorgeous. This is a really pretty color. It looks like fairy dust. So I'm just more like patting it in, because if you brush it in, it will fall right off, right on top of your foundation. So I'm just going to pat that in. Make sure it blends into the inner white part. I'm also going to go down to the next color. I'm going to go back to that small brush I had earlier. I'm going to go down to this really dark color at the very base. Pick a little bit up on the brush just like that. I'm going to just brush it into my waterline. just like that. I think I might need to pick up a little bit more. There we go. Even though it is daytime, that little bit, I don't know if you can see the difference, but it just kind of creates a fuller lash look if you just really quick add in just a little bit of color. And this is a really nice, it's a dark plum color is the best way to describe this color. It's not a gray, it's not a black. And all you're doing is just gently brushing it into your waterline. I'm picking up a little bit more. And I'm patting it more than I'm brushing it in yet again. And all that's going to do is, after I pat it in, is blend it in. And all it's going to do is just create a fuller lash line look. That's all that I'm doing with this little brush and that dark color. For the top, I'm not going to do eyeliner because it is during the daytime. So looking from far away, it just gives you a fuller lash effect if you do that with a tiny brush with a dark color. It's a good eye trick. For those of you that have possibly like spare lashes going on, lower lashes, which a lot of people do. Mine are there, but they don't really pop out or stand out until I add mascara to them. So anyways, I'm going to pick up my 217. This is my traditional blending brush. I'm going to grab this color, this purple color, which is more of a rainbow color. It's honestly more of a rainbow color than a purple because I'm seeing some grays in there. I'm seeing some silver and almost like a brown undertone. So all I'm going to do is sweep that into my crease and blend it out ever so slightly. I want to keep it in the crease area and I don't want to blend it out too far. And whatever is left over, just brush up and blend out upwards towards the outer corner of your eyebrow. And you don't need much of this eyeshadow. I've noticed this is like highly pigmented, so you don't need a lot, and it's just going to create some depth in your crease and add a new color up above towards your brow bone. So I'm going to take it back up into the crease and do the same thing again. I'm just going to blend it into that eyeshadow. Just like that, right? So now it's blended, and then all I'm going to do is lift it, and you want to use half the brush and just lift it into the brow bone. And I like to do small circular motions because if you do bigger circular motions, it sometimes doesn't appear even, and I want a nice even arch, so I do small circles. So that is what it should look like, and it looks beautiful. Now, if you want to add a pop of color towards your brow bone, you can go back to that top look, that top color. I wish these eyeshadows had names, but they don't. And just place it directly below your brow bone to create that pop of color that we added into the inner corner of our crease. And that's it. It is super simple and easy. I think that this is a beautiful palette. This is just a beautiful daytime look. And then what I'm going to do is grab my eyelash curler and my mascara. And for my eyelash curler is by e.l.f. This is probably one of my favorite curlers that I have found. It's really wide, and I have a lot of eyelashes on the inner corner of my eye for some crazy weird reason, and the outer corner, so I prefer eyelash curlers that have a wider range. See how wide it is? And then all I'm going to do is recurl just the tips now that the lashes themselves are curled. So I'm going to set that down. I love my eyelashes, but I'm just going to set it with a lengthening mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It looks like a telescope. Like, it's really cute. I love this mascara. This is their waterproof formula. The brush looks like this. It is amazing. And I barely need one coat. So that's all I'm going to do to create a wispy, fairy-like lash effect on my eyelashes. And another trick is to blink onto your mascara instead of sweeping it on, because when you sweep it on, you can get clumps. But if you blink your eyelashes onto the wand, you have more control over your eyelashes. So this is kind of like my fairy eyelash look. This could be a really fun, you could really doll this eye makeup up for Halloween if you wanted to be a fairy. I'm calling this my purple fairy look. And sometimes I like to do my lower lashes. This is the best brush for it because see how fine the teeth are. And I'm just gonna bring that down onto my lower lashes. And that's it. So that is the final eye look. And I think it's really simple. It's really easy. For blush, I'm just going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay in a Bare Essential blush brush. I love this blush. It's a little peachy coral. It has a little gold specks in it. I'm just going to sweep that onto the cheeks to add a little bit of flush color. And I always smile, apply it to the apples, and draw up. And you want to have a very light hand with this blush because it is very concentrated, but it is gorgeous. So there we go. And then for, since it is daytime, I'm just going to use a little bit of lip gloss. I'm addicted to, you know, lipsticks and stuff like that, but, oops, hi. Anyways, oh, I also have a Revlon Just Bitten. This is in the color Sweetheart Valentine. And I'm just gonna put this on to add a little bit of color. So I like the Revlon Just Bitten lip butters. I think that they're really good. And then this is just a Jordana in Raspberry. And that is kind of like my go-to lip color at the moment because it adds a bunch of bright flush color to your face and you look fresh and awake. So that is my completed eye makeup look, and I highly recommend this eyeshadow. It is $40 for 5 eyeshadows. I used almost every single color. I skipped this one in the middle, which is more of a mermaid fishtail color, but I love this eye look. You can definitely make it a little more dramatic, but I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys later. Bye!